What's up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back with another video. I know this was kind of impromptu, unplanned, unannounced ahead of time, all of that mess. Um, I just signed up for the StreamYard thing, not 100% too familiar with it. So I wanted to get on and try it out. I gotta get a little acclimated to it, um, figure it all out. And then obviously, there's been news upon news upon news lately, and I have not really been on doing any kind of videos as of recent, except for like the group sub previews um, and the grading reveals and stuff. So I haven't really talked about any of the happenings that's going on. Um, so I wanted to get on and kind of discuss some things. Um, take some questions if I can figure out how do y'all. All right, so all y'all, is this how you do it? Show. Oh, look at this. Look, we're fancy now. We can show people's comments. How about that? What is up, JC? What's up, Guns? Look, we fancy now, fellas. We making moves. We making moves. We can show chat. But now, on a serious note, there's been a lot of the first 20 days of 2022 in this in the hobby has been crazy. I'm not a newsy type person, um, so I haven't really discussed it. But um, there's been a lot of bad things going on. Today's happening kind of hits me close to home because I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of videos come out that is speaking negatively on group submitting. And quite honestly, with what happened, the scenario that came out today, I don't blame anybody for having second thoughts. Okay. Um, if you're not up to speed on what happened, I don't know in-depth details of everything. I watched Ryan's video, Card Collector 2 on Instagram. I've read some of the posts. But it was a PSA submission through, I guess, a company or a shop called Marks Cards. And there's a large amount of money owed to PSA. I guess obviously many people submitted, but there's obviously the big name in particular attached to this is Card Collector 2 and Ryan. From what I'm gathering, I guess people sent Ryan cards and then Ryan sent them the Marks, and he explains all of it on his channel. Quite honestly, I was shocked. I would have never thought Ryan would have put himself in a position like that. I will say he said that he's squared up for his people, but taking that risk and somebody of his status, I guess, within the hobby, it's not a good look. And I can get where people could be skeptical of group submitters. I get it now. I will tell you this: there's nobody submitting your cards except us. I am not sending your cards to somebody else to then give them the SGC. No way in hell. We do everything live. We throw, countless hours of doing the previews and the grade reveals and everything else. Because I take pride in what we do with this. Not for financial aspect of it or anything like that. Being able to help people out in the amount of people that put their trust in us. I'm going to tell you, me and the missus last night was having a conversation. We have the house set up for the National, and she's spent money making a gift bag for people, cups, and she wants to do shirts and stuff like that. She sent out all the Christmas cards to everybody. We don't have to do that kind of stuff, but there's a closer connection there than I don't look at you guys as customers. I look at y'all more as friends. And this is just a service that I am allowed to offer you. Um, if y'all remember back 2020, it was March, my first submission that I ever did with SGC. People started asking if we would do group subs. If y'all remember, I was hesitant. I was not all gung ho, send me your cards, pay me to do this for you. I was hesitant. I don't really go around sharing the group stuff in a lot of places. We have the YouTube channel, we have our Instagram page, um, we have a Twitter, but I don't really use it for much. Outside of that, most people that find us either find us at a show, me talking to people at a show, or word of mouth from you guys that have used us. That's how we've grown. It's not, we're not the most popular people out there. I'm not in a million different Facebook groups posting where to send cards to. It's it's literally been word of mouth. And that's why she wants to do the gift bags and stuff, is to show our appreciation back to you guys. Um, there's a lot of things that are going on that's just not good. We had the Pokemon case, the Dallas show. Um, let's see. Now this with the group sub, there's something else I know of that I'm forgetting. There's been several things already in 2022, and I was really excited for a strong year in 2022, having fun. Um, but a little bit of insight on this, it should have never happened. I get the guy taking the payments up front. We have, oh yeah, backyard breaks. Thank you, JC. That's what I was forgetting. Here all recently. Um, so let me get to the chat. James says we all know what you're about. We know you're good family. Thank you, James. You've been here to the house. You've stayed here. You've seen what the whole operation looks like. The missus says she's a little excessive. She's talking about the gift bag. Sean says, "What's up? I have you on mute because I'm watching Star Trek right now." Sean once again muting me. Guns, do you think PSA business practices and return times are partially part of the reason everything went down with that subgroup? With that, I would never do a PSA group submission. There's no way possible. It For one, with PSA having upcharges and not charging the submitter until the cards are done, you never really know what you're going to be charged. So put in my position right here. If I was to tell you guys, hey, send me cards, $25 a card, I will charge you once they're done. And then SGC is like, nope. These are all going to be $40 a card now. I have to hit up 30, 35, 40 people just in our amount of cards we submit and tell them, hey, my bad, man. I have to charge you $40 a card now. A lot of people aren't going to be able to afford that. So I don't know how group submitters for PSA can even do this. Because what they're charging, they really don't know if that's what they're going to be charged at the end of it. If I heard Ryan correctly, he said it was approximately 5,000 cards that he had there, and it was $121,000, I think. My math came up with about $24 a card. I don't know what they were charging, but that sounds like that it was higher, because wasn't PSA like $15 or $20 a card? when these would have been submitted, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I did find that interesting, that based on the math of what he said as an approximate, it was around $24 a card. I just couldn't do it. I'll tell y'all right now, when we do the subs, as you know, we schedule them out. You guys pay us. That goes into an account that is set specifically for the group submission. Our rep, I am bugging him until he has the invoice ready for me to pay. He actually thanks me because he's like, "You make it so easy, that you're ready to pay." Um, yeah, and I have everything separate. There is none of this. Oh, well, I don't need to have the money in the account right now. I can go buy this. No. Because who knows if I'm going to have the money then if I was to use that money. That money is sitting there, does not get touched, and y'all's cards, as you've seen now, they get paid for. Um, so, is it part of the problem? It could be part of the problem. Yes. Let's see. Uh, what's up, DJ Spinoff? Sean says, I know exactly what the dude was thinking. He took money and instead of putting his payments in a separate account, he convinced himself he was going to make big money during the boom. You are most likely right, and that's why, as I just said, I have a separate account for the submissions. All the money for the subs are in a separate account. That's all that account is used for. You're not going to ever have to worry about the subs not getting paid for. I can assure you that. We're going to see a ton of cars not being paid for going forward at PSA. They have tons of cars that are worthless. Someone will. This, I believe, has been a trend even before this instance happened, JC. I had some information that was shared with me, I don't know, several weeks ago about this same thing. It was also speculated that's why PSA is opening other service levels to try to get some money back that they're losing. I've heard that they've been having to sell off some slabs at a cheap rate. And so it does not surprise me. I think this news is on a bigger scale because it's a group submitter. The amount that's involved, and also the fact that Ryan and Card Collector 2 was a name mentioned within it all. I think it made it a bigger story. So Refractive says the non-payment of the submission is not the first time this has happened. Problem is when you rob Peter to pay Paul. Exactly. If the money's for the subs, keep it for the subs. Simple as that. And if you can't pay for it, don't use it. Expect many more businesses to go under because they over leverage themselves. Let's see. James says, I blame PSA for taking so long to get people's cards back, pay for a 60-day turnaround, and they come back in a year. That's a problem. It is a problem. I'm also unsure of why. I'm not quite sure. The guy was like making it from the way Ryan was talking. The guy wasn't expecting 300,000 in the beginning to come back all at once. I don't know. Did PSA like squash all of his orders together and then charge him at once? That was a little odd to me. Um, it shouldn't have been a surprise to him if the one order, like we have several different orders down there right now because, Platinum sends cards ahead of the schedule. And as y'all know, we've said if you send so many, we can send them on in. So I have things documented. The missus, she keeps a well-oiled spreadsheet of everything. And so I know what orders are down there, how many cards are in those orders, and I know what to expect when the order completes of how much it's going to cost. I don't understand why this guy was surprised at 300,000. Sounds like PSA combined a bunch of his orders together or something. I don't know. Refractor says tax liability alone is going to be a mess for them. I don't know if you're meaning PSA liability or the group submitter liability. I'm not sure. I guess if you're speaking on the group submitter, I guess it all depends on like um, how much they have to claim as a profit versus how much is actually an expense. Um, I know people think we make a lot of money doing this for the group sub, and we don't. Most all of it is offset by the cost to actually grade the cards plus shipping and all of that stuff. So, um, Jay Wilson says, "Hey, Bobbles, what's up, man?" Jay Michelin is in the house. Refractor says basically embezzlement. It was a pretty good Ponzi scheme, it sounds like. Gunn says all those Tyler Heroes, Kobe White, Bol cards. Hey, I heard somebody said Bol got traded and to keep an eye on his cards. I don't really know. I don't really keep up with the basketball stuff much anymore. Um, so, but yes, those names are not what they were in 2020. I don't know when these orders exactly flooded into PSA. I believe Ryan said it, but I don't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not going to speculate. Um, but yeah, it's probably stuff that didn't have the value that was expected. Jay Wilson said, "Are they limited the amount that one can submit per session?" That's the new economy thing. They're going to limit it to 5 cards. You have to like have a PSA membership, and then you have to join a queue, and you can get 5 cards if you make the queue session or whatever. As far as group submitting before, no. You could send many cards as you wanted. I calculated if Ryan's number added up to 24 a card, and if it's around $1 million owed, I figured out that it was like 41,000 cards there. I believe is what it came up to. Um, Jay Wilson, I got my cards released from Guantanamo Bay today, and they're on their way back to me from HGA ungraded. They have been there since August, sitting and received. Wow, so I don't really keep up with HGA, but August was 5, almost 6 months now, and they were just in received. That's kind of crazy. I'm glad you got them back, or at least they're on the way back. Hopefully, they are the cards that you sent, and nothing is wrong with them. Um, Refractor says the bigger news for PSA is they are open for acquisition, with them looking at Fanatics wanting to play in the grading game also. Now, how would that work, Refractor? Because I thought Fanatics has ties to Blackstone, who has ties to CSG. I don't know how that would work. Um, Quite honestly, from what's his name, Luber, one of the interviews I watched of him, I don't know, a month or 2 months ago, something like that. He said grading was the last thing that they wanted to get involved in. He said it's not out of the question, but it was not a priority. Right now, I think they need to focus on getting supplies, because I don't know if you've seen the whole mosaic cards just peeling apart, but it looks like the glue is still an issue. Maybe the lack thereof. Gunn said, "I wonder if that group subber can sue PSA for not getting cards back in the advertised time." I doubt so, Guns, because it says all stated turnaround times are estimated and not guaranteed. So estimation is a broad word. I could say 1 day turnaround and it could take 100, but as long as I said I estimated 1 day, uh, I would assume in my legal right I estimated I was just incorrect. I mean, uh, I did not know. Shoot it over to me. I'll take a look. A trade night in my area. I have not seen a trade night in this area at all. Depreciation and card value. Uh, let's see. For the submitter not placing the funds in a dedicated account by mixing the money in a personal account, that's embezzlement of funds. Oh, I got what you're saying now. Yeah. We actually, like I said, I have separate accounts for everything. Um, so that's why your cards always come back. um, Sean says at least GI Joe cards are up. Uh, I know. So that whole thing, I didn't really talk much about that at all. And I know there's been memes out there, and I gotta say the video itself, um, there was comedy added to it. I would assume in that position you would have to. I think it's a pretty bad situation. I haven't spoke on it because I think there's more going to be coming out about it. I know there's people right now saying that they think Logan faked it. I also know that a lot of these people talking about it and doing videos on it, they're doing it to get views, but they're not paying attention to the entire story. They're basically like, just for example, if I was to sit here and do a video, they're basically getting on, listening to me, going on, doing a video themselves. Then somebody else is probably listening to theirs, going on, doing a video themselves. It's like the telephone game that you played back in school. It's regurgitated information, and nobody's actually looking at the entire picture. They're taking bits and pieces of, different news posts and coming up with their thought process. Um, Logan did a podcast yesterday. He addressed the fact that people think it was fake, and he actually said that it was a bad tone a bad vibe in the room. That there was actually a female representative for BBCE that was in there, and it was so bad that she actually started crying. Um, I don't think any of that was faked at all. I think it was a bad situation. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get into it too far. I think there's more going to come out about it. I do have some thoughts on it of what potentially could have happened. But, that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. Natsman said, how late are you? About 3 months. No, just messing with you, man. Jay Michelin says, with the abandonment rate as high as it's been for PSA, are they worth as much as they were when Nate's crew bought them? Cash flow has to be significantly lower than expectations. I am not like I don't have any behind the scenes knowledge other than information that was shared with me about slabs being sold off to recoup funds. There's speculation that's why they were opening up other levels to try to recoup some revenue because they did expand a lot. They do have employees to pay, as well as building and all of that. So I'm sure they're making a pretty good penny, but expenses do add up. So I don't know. I don't even want to speculate how much money they make. James said, hit the like button. Thank you. I'm trying to get used to this. This is a whole different ball game for me. Sharing the comments and everything. So, what's up, JJ, Nats, Mr. Sean? Let's see. Did Card Collector Dude do a video? Yes, he did. Let me see if I can work this fancy machine out real quick. Instagram. Let's see if I can figure this out. Share screen. Let's see. Screen two, share. Hey, is this? Let's see. Look at this. I'm getting a little fancier here, but that ain't what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. So yeah, Ryan did do a video. I'm not gonna like pull it up, but um it's right here. It's about 20 minutes long or so. He talks about everything. Um he does explain it all. I would go watch that. Um get his side of it. I will say, he did take care of it for his customers. So I am going to give him mad props for that. Uh, but my problem with it is with him, um, and Ryan, I know you're not going to watch this, but dude, you're too good of a dude and too much of a positive presence, I would say, in this hobby to even ever risk putting yourself in that position, man. I know you said in the video you thought that it gave you a competitive advantage. You thought it might get the cards through quicker with the guy dropping them off. But remember your reputation, man, that what you what you've done in this hobby, the kids that look up to you and everything else, just next time don't ever risk putting your name on the line like that. You don't At the end of the day, you said you didn't know the guy. Uh yeah, I if I was Ryan, no way in hell I would have even risked that. I'm not on anywhere near the level he is, and I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk the friendships and everything else, the trust that y'all have in us. Hell no. I don't care what kind of advantage it gives me. Um, no, 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 never. So, all right. Gunn said, the man's word is gold. That is true. You're only as good as your word. Sean says, got to say the StreamYard interface looks good. Yeah, I'm actually liking this. I just got to get used to it. I did play around last night a little bit and figured out how I could also have a second camera hooked up. The only problem is it wouldn't be full screen, so I don't know if it's going to look too janky or not, but we might try it one day. Um, Gunn said, I believe Ryan doing the right thing will lead to more blessings. Um, I hope for his sake, more than leading to blessings, I hope it taught him a lesson. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like I said, the dude has such a high respect in this hobby. I hope it taught him a very strong lesson to watch who you trust, I guess, is what I want to say. The best thing is create a circle and know who's in your circle and make sure that circle is strong. If people from the outside come in, make them work to be a part of that circle, but make sure your circle is a strong circle of people that you know and can trust and can believe in. Um, Outside of that, keep them as acquaintances, I guess. So, uh, Natsman said, how are folks doing their own due diligence and researching group subs? It's my understanding his customers did know he actually admitted that he did not say anything about it. Uh, that's why he came out and did the video. He said in his video that he didn't say anything about subcontracting. So, and quite honestly, I'll be straight with you. There's probably people outside of us that are taking in cards and then sending them to us. So it's almost like they're acting as a submitter, but then using us as a submitter. I am not aware of them, like all of them. I know, like my LCS has several different people bring cards in, but Bart, the owner of the shop, and Jeff, like they pretty much handle that. Um, I believe there's a couple other people that might take cards in for some customers they have, but that's on them. The people I directly deal with, that is who has the trust in me. Outside of the people that's sending the cards, I don't know anything about them. So um, I don't believe his customers actually knew that he subcontracted. My understanding. Let's see. Refractor says you don't sell your work. Period. In this hobby, too many issues can arise with money and the cards. Um, I mean, I guess that depends if you're counting group submitters. I can't say that nothing won't ever happen. Just like today, um, I was beating my head because of the whole FedEx shipment. Which, by the way, I've posted an update. It's in Florida. Um, I get stressed out over it because I don't ever want anybody to think anything negative of us. We try to do everything the absolute best way possible. I pay up for overnight shipping to and from. We do everything on camera with the previews, the reveals, all of that stuff. Anytime somebody messages me, I try to get back to them as soon as possible. Um, I never want a single question about the validity or trust within our group. Never. And when something like FedEx happens, which that was weather related, and obviously the uh, the old bug that's going around, that's something that I have no control over, and it has to be excused. But it does bother me. That's why I was on the phone. Where is it? Where is the package? Tell me where the package is. I could have just ignored it and not even cared, but that's not who I am. That's not what this group is about. So, Gunn says, Bubbles Group is a great group. Thank you, man. Again, my word is only as good as, I'm only as good as my word. So, uh, have you seen what the guy looks like? Hell, on looks alone, I wouldn't trust him. I seen a picture that was on some other video. I'm not gonna, judge. I'm not the prettiest guy in the world myself, so I'm not gonna judge somebody by their looks. I got gray hair. I'm bald. Yeah, I wear a Nats hat. Whatever. What is up, Ryan? How are you, man? Jay Wilson said, I have used him for SGC about a year ago. No mention for his SGC stuff. James said, PSA will change their model of payments like SGC does, payment up front before they are graded. I don't know if they will or not, only because of the upcharge. PSA makes a lot of money on them upcharges. And if they're charging ahead of time, I don't know that they legally could charge somebody. I don't know how that works. Maybe they do to just avoid the drama and the mess. I don't know. Oh, Natsman corrected. He said he mistyped. He meant his customers did not know. Correct. Yeah, that's what I heard too, and that was my biggest shock. First off, when I heard Ryan sent cards to somebody else to do the job, that alone shocked me because I didn't think he did that. But James says stuff like that is out of your control. It may be out of my control, but I still worry about it because the package should have been there yesterday morning at 10:30, just like it showed on the tags. So I don't like it. Gunn said, I noticed my purchases from the East Coast are taking a little longer. Yeah, that's postal service though. I mean, what we sent down was FedEx overnight. The only thing I really had an issue with as far as eBay purchases was um one item from Canada took a very long time. So you Ryan says you wear a Nats hat, but it's a badass Nats hat. Sadly, it's an old Nats hat because they don't make the blue ones anymore. Natsman says makes you wonder how many of these group subbers are switching cards out too. I have heard that issues have been coming up. I can tell you right now, I may have a lot of cards, but I don't even see the cards until the preview, unless Mrs. asks me a question or y'all ask me to look at something. And the fire that y'all send in, I don't even have. So you don't have to worry about that with me. Plus, I show them all on camera, and y'all see them, when you get them back. You know what? Another thing, this is another reason too. That right there, the speculation that group subbers switch cards out. I'm not sitting here reviewing your cards. You are looking at your cards before you send them. You have an expectation of grade that you expect when you get them back. If something isn't lining up, then you're going to know that isn't your card. That's another reason that I highly recommend people, rather than throw money at somebody to look your cards over, if you have a card you want me to look over, whatever, I'll take a look at it. But to send me 100 cards or 50 cards and not knowing what you're sending in, that's bad, because things like that could happen. That's why I want y'all to know what you're sending. So Jay Wilson says, Ryan always says he has 4 people that do submissions and grading review that work for him. He charges for cards reviews $3 per. See, that right there is exactly what I was talking about. He has 4 people. He's charging $3 a card. I get some people might want the review. If you want someone to review your cards, at least review them yourself as well. Review it yourself. Have an idea of what you sent in. That way, when you get it back, and this is like overall, anything, you know what you're getting back. Y'all do it on eBay. When you buy a card on eBay, you know what you bought, right? When it comes in, you're going to look at it, and if it's not the same card in the picture, you're going to know. Do the same thing when you're submitting cards, whether it's through us or anyone else. Know what you're sending in. Let's see. Refractor says, no, meaning if I sub to you, but I took money and cards for others. That's what I mean. Search me. Oh, yes. Yes. You're putting yourself at risk because it's kind of like, let's go back and use the Pokemon case as an example. The more times something gets wrapped up, the harder it is to tell if it's fake, right? The more hands or middlemen that are involved in a process, the more issues can arise. It's kind of the same thing. The more layers of wrap you put on it, the more people you put into the situation, the more issues and opportunity for issues to arise can happen. So you are absolutely correct there. Ryan says eBay standard envelopes. I have not really bought anything standard envelope other than Dakota Sports Card Anonymous. I've been doing his little MLB MVP thing. I think I bought 1 or 2 that were actually standard envelope. James says weather here in PA has been crazy. We had some snow and ice today. We did not get anything but rain. Jay Wilson says senders are taking forever to send also. Rip and Flip, which subgroup are we talking about? I don't know. So I was discussing the issue that came up today, the news that broke about the Marks cards and Ryan being involved in everything. And I'm not discussing about those people in particular. I was surprised Ryan was involved in it. I'm not bad mouthing Ryan. I'm saying I'm shocked that he would put himself in that position. First off, I wanted to speak on it because there's a lot of videos coming out discussing the topic, because again, it's a big number of cards and names involved in it now. This goes back to the same thing with the Pokemon case, that it reasons that I have to believe. When you put a dollar amount to something and when you put a big name to something, that's when the stories get broke. It's boring if it's a name that isn't like known, or if there's not a price tag attached to it. It's a boring story. It's no news, right? You threw $1 million worth of cards, $1 million worth of submissions to PSA and throw in Card Collectors 2's name. You have a story. And I think that's why this has gotten so much attention. I'm going to say this is probably not the first case that this has happened with, to be quite honest. I would say this probably isn't the first time. But again, you had $1 million price tag attached to it, and you had Card Collector 2's name attached to it, so it became news. So that I just wanted to get on and speak on my behalf as a group submitter. I know people are spreading negativity about using group submitters, and just say, look, I get it. I understand the being cautious. I understand the negativity now, but not all of us are like that. So Sean says, in Kansas, we did like 65 one day and 12 degrees of snow the next. We had that here a few weeks ago, 70 degrees, and then we had like, I don't know, several inches of snow. Natsman said, I hate the eBay tracking that isn't the USPS tracking. Just as well say I mailed it at some point. That's true too. Guns, yeah, good point there. If you want, take pictures of what you're sending. Take close-up photos of it. Keep them in your records. That way you have, and not even just for the submitter portion of it, but mail is involved. What if something happened in the mail? I know a lot of you guys insure your stuff, but if you don't have any proof really of what you sent in, it's going to be hard to collect that insurance claim. So exactly, that's a good suggestion there. Take pictures of what you're sending in. Sean said, like Twain said, if you don't like weather, wait a minute. Nazma said Neo has graded PSA with Ryan. I don't know like how long Ryan used this guy. Like I said, I don't even know when these particular cards were sent in. Are you sure it is the sender? Because my post office never scans in my eBay standard envelope, so I constantly have buyers ask if it's shipped yet. I don't use standard envelopes, so I am not the person to ask about that. Rip and Flip says that's low. Louisiana has the state shutting down tomorrow because we are getting ice. Wait a second. So y'all get damn hurricanes and you don't shut down. You have the old boogaboo bug and they send you to work, but you're going to get some ice and they're going to shut your state down? That's the craziest stuff I ever seen. Natsman says, it's sleeting here and calling for 3/4 of an inch tomorrow night. That's no good, sir, because you are just south of me and it normally moves up my direction. So you are more than welcome to keep it down there if you would like. James said, calling for -7 this weekend. Again, sir, you can keep it up there because you are just north of me and I do not want -7. Sean's a teacher. He said the school's out, or kids are out of school. Ryan said, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, our growth has been more from you guys than us advertising. I don't get on here and do a whole lot of videos anymore. I did spend money to buy this program, so y'all are going to see this mug more, because if I spent money on this, I better use it. So y'all are going to see this more. If anybody uses this, I don't know how to make thumbnails. I really got to figure out how to use this program. I just kind of went live, made a title, and kind of went live. So I don't know what the hell you do after that. But anyway, I appreciate that, Ryan. I do appreciate all of you. It means a lot that y'all think that. Sean says, agree, Ryan. Never concerned and tons of fun. That's what it's about, Sean. James, he is not lying here. He delivers and picks up in person. Let's see. Ryan says we have zero equipment for ice or snow, now salt for the roads and a shit ton of bridges. Yeah, that would be an issue. Be safe down there, man, because if you're not prepared, ice can be very nasty. And pray that the power doesn't go out, because that's an even worse mess. Refractor says that's why I film when I do reviews for my clients. I record the entire process just to protect myself, and I also send images to the clients on a zip drive with their cards. Not a bad thing to do. As you see, all of ours get previewed live. We do all of the before they're sent out. Everything is previewed. Um, Obviously, if people choose to not have the grades revealed when they come back, that is their prerogative. If they want to be surprised, we don't, we allow that option. But as far as going out, I want everything on camera so people not only can see and have fun, but people, if there's any questions about the card, it's on camera. So Seth says, "Hola, what is up, mi amigo?" Um, Refractor says, "You betcha. The more layers of protection you do, what you have to do to protect yourself." Natsmith says, "In my opinion, PWE is not worth it. Just send it first class or priority mail." I totally agree, sir. If I did, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have cards that are low end that I could like fill my eBay store. Dollar, $2 cards, and I could do the plain white envelope thing and have a lot to go out. The reason I don't do that is I also have a lot of cards that are above the $20 threshold that I would prefer to move first, and I already like don't limit as much as I even should. On eBay, I don't list enough. And if I was sitting there like listing a bunch of dollar and $2 cards, then I'm taking time away from listing um, higher valued cards or graded cards. I mean, I have tons of graded cards that I still don't have listed. So I don't really ever use it. Plus, then I gotta buy more envelopes, which I like how we use the manila bubble mailer inside the poly mailer, and that whole process works really smooth. And what I've also done is with the value box group on Facebook. If I have some dollar, $2 cards, I just throw a lot together, and I can throw 10 cards for $10, you know, and give somebody a deal, and I make $10 off of it. Um, I want to start doing the live auctions again. I talked about that. Um, have some fun with that, give some people some deals and everything. So, let's see. Ryan says, if you guys didn't jack Satterley, Soto, Bum, and Chrome, I trust you. No, sir, they are down at SGC. No jacking Satterley, Soto. No, sir. I sent my own Soto auto, not Bowman Chrome. I sent a Soto auto, though. What's up, Omari? How are you, man? I kind of like this. It's different. I got to get used to everything, setting up the lives and all that stuff, but I kind of like this. It makes it easy. Mrs. said I almost cried holding it and got mad at me again. Yeah, because I didn't buy one. Seth says, how is the missus feeling? She's doing fairly well. She is in the chat there, Seth. James says he enjoys all the lives. It's all part of the collecting gig. I enjoy them too. To be honest with you, y'all can laugh at me. So as I said, I haven't uploaded a video other than doing the previews and the reveals. And it's because I get on here and I try to record a video, and I feel like I start rambling even worse than when I'm live. I feel like I'm talking to you guys, but you're not there. And so then I get frustrated because I'm like, I feel like I'm going on unnecessarily, and then the video just sounds absurd. So I'll stop it, I'll delete that video, and I'll try to record it again. And I'm not even gonna some nights I'll sit here and I'll record a video 3, 4, 5 times, and I'll never upload it just because I feel like I'm either ranting, I'm venting too much, it's rambling on, the point doesn't come across the way I want it to. Um, there's several different factors involved in it. I feel like when I'm talking to you guys live, I can say things and y'all can interact back with me right away. And it's kind of a better communication. It comes across better, I believe. Let's see. Any info upcoming JSA prices for baseballs and flat objects? Yes, sir. There will be info upcoming. Um, I'm gonna see if I can reach out to Andy now that I have this specifically. I can get him on with a live, and me and him both can discuss it with you guys. It's not gonna be any different between like a flat or a bat or anything like that. Actually, let me see. So how it'll be, and I got to get the prices laid out. I don't have them a list made on the top of my head, but so basically right here, the way it'll be is like Chris Workman asked me earlier today. Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen. Damn. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So if you go to JSA's website, you'll have to pull it up by player. And Ryan, or not Ryan, Chris Workman asked me earlier about Nolan Ryan. So what it is, it's not based off of flat or like memorabilia object. It's based off of whether you want a basic certification or a full letter of authenticity. And then this is like the regular pricing. I'll have cheaper pricing than this and I'll share it with everybody once I get everything filled out. But it's going to be different. Like Nolan Ryan is 20 for a basic, 35 for a full letter. But of course, if you do like Mickey Mantle, and the site's Mickey Mantle. So if you do Mantle, there is no basic cert price. But the full letter would be, if you did it on your own, it'd be $75. And then I would be able to offer a cheaper price on that once I have the price laid out and everything. So it's not like a bat is X price, a baseball is X price, a photo is X price. It's based on just whether you want full letter or basic certification. So, and we'll go over all of that once I get all the pricing laid out, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get Andy on with me. So, Ryan says, "Don't get mad at Brennan. He's doing the best, and you always have the wife right to override." She has every bit of right to be mad at me about this photo. She told me to buy them, and I did not buy them. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man. He said, "Great group, by the way." Apparently, Trevor Lawrence Gold Kaboom is greater than a Juan Soto auto. I would have to disagree, but I'm also not in a cut-off crop top with a headband. Jay Wilson says, "Value Group is a great group. I hope it grows." Sometimes the best deals and the best opportunities are in a smaller group. So just saying, I don't care if it grows, but sometimes when a group gets too large like that, especially if some deals get thrown up, it's harder to claim them. So, let's see. You are exactly right, Ness, man. He said going live is like having a real conversation to me. You are you're spot on there. When I'm sitting here talking and y'all reply back, it's like a communicative process. And it's not me just sitting there like trying to think of a script and talk to a camera that is not interactive. And then I'll go back and listen to it and I'll be like, oh, well, I forgot to say this. Or, oh, that sounded stupid. Oh, this was just a stupid comment, and I don't get into all the editing stuff, so I'll delete it and then I'll try it again. And it never, most of my videos or ideas never make it to YouTube. but it does let me speak things out and have a thought process. Ryan says, I recently started selling cheaper cards using eBay standard envelope, and it has been more hassle than it is worth. Some people love it, but I could also see where it could be a hassle. But a lot of people really love it. So Sean being one of them, he said, knock on wood, I've probably sent more than 100 standard envelopes with no issues and good return on investment. Ryan says, JSA pricing is crazy. They are the best for memorabilia, but I wouldn't use them for cards. I honestly, that's a market that I'm unfamiliar with. This was, again, here's the situation, okay? For group submitting, I was approached and asked if I wanted to offer discounted pricing for my group submit or my group members for JSA authentication. I did not run out and approach JSA. Andy actually came and asked me. If I was trying to screw anybody over, I would be looking for things like this to try to offer to folks rather than them come and ask me if I want to offer it to folks. I said, sure, I don't know how many people will be interested, but I'll give it a shot. Um, I know the experience I had with James when he had his Babe Ruth authenticated. That was an awesome experience. I actually got chills on my arm that day. So if it's stuff that I can help you guys out with and save you some money, then by all means. It's going to be a little bit more awkward because of the size of items and everything, but we'll get it figured out. If y'all have stuff you want authenticated, let us know. I will get the pricing and everything figured out. I'll try to find a time to have Andy on. We'll discuss everything. It's not going to be a monthly thing. It's going to be whenever he is in my area because I'm going to do it personally with him. So it's not going to be me getting it and then me sending it somewhere else. It's going to be me getting it and him doing it right on the spot. So just so y'all are aware of that as well. Ground Zero said, what is up? What's up, man? You got a Hank Aaron auto? Uh-oh. Guns, if you got a Hank Aaron, I'm jealous, bro. Seth Gordon. So whose cards will go up the most after NFL playoffs? That's all going to depend on who wins the Super Bowl. I mean, how much further can Brady go up? Or is Mahomes going to rise more if he wins? I'm not the best one to ask for that because I think some of the guys are overpriced personally. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's all going to come down to who wins. That won't be Dak Prescott. I'll tell you that. Maybe Joe Burrow. Burrow's on a hell of a run right now. Maybe Burrow. Gunn said he hopes that becomes a regular thing. It will be. It just will be dependent upon when Andy's up in this area to have it done. It won't be a monthly thing. I know that. Sean says, Seth, when World Cup groups get set, some players will go nuts on speculation. Be ready. Sean is talking kickball. Just kidding. He's talking soccer. I'm not too highly familiar with soccer. Mari says, I've had success with standard envelope as well. See, there's another one. Ground Zero says, I'm using BAS for cards for authentic autos. Would love for you to do groups with them. With Beckett, I don't know anything. I've never submitted anything to Beckett. In fact, y'all are gonna be shocked. I will announce it once I finally make the decision. But I am going to be sending 2 cards elsewhere outside of SGC. I just have to accept and swallow my pride and do it. So I'll let y'all know when I do that. Mari says he's been looking strongly. There has been some big SI magazines that have been graded with CGC, and they do have some good sales. I'm gonna little teaser. There is something I'm looking at that is autographed that I really, really want. It is such a cool piece. It combines sports along with another collectible, and it's of somebody that I would really like to own. I just have to figure out if I find it worth the price the seller's asking. I'll let y'all know if I make the decision. It's a really cool piece. I really like it. I just have to make the decision if it's worth what they're asking for it. So that's the only thing I'm battling up here. Um, PSA authentication process was established and set up by James Spence. We got our lovely Russian spammer collecting with Connor. What is up, Connor? He's making his guest appearance. James said, great experience for me too. Dude, that was awesome. It had the hair standing up on my arms, man. Connor says, I need a few things authenticated. I met Adam Cole, had him sign a bunch of cards. Okay, well, I'll definitely let everybody know. I know the first one's going to be March 6th. So if you have stuff, uh, get together what you would like done. I'll start posting prices and stuff and sharing that with you guys. Let's see here. Jay Wilson says Ryan Tannehill will go up. That's a name that I would not expect. He must be banking on the Titans. Gunn said, how about that Triple Crown receiver named Cooper Kupp? Ryan says, I love JSA. I use them for most of my memorabilia. It just makes it more difficult to sub cards. Oh, for using JSA. Yeah. Do you mean autographed cards or like funds wise submitting to both of them? I'm not quite sure what you meant on that. Let's see. High level of soccer card submissions equals great stream. We have a lot of soccer people in our community. Sean loves sending soccer. I have fun trying to pronounce the names. Connor says, all of a sudden, my Cooper Cup printing plate isn't worth $20. That's all I'm saying. Ground Zero said, if SGC had authentication services again. So that is a great point. It would be awesome if they would authenticate autographs. That is something that I really do wish they had. But I would rather them also not put themselves in a pickle of doing anything fake. So I guess it has two sides to every story. Let's see. 101 no borders. That is correct. Right here. Man, am I that far behind on chat? Y'all are killing it tonight. This was pretty cool. All right, let's see. Jay Mish said, is it a Tebow autographed garden trowel? I must have missed something there. Oh, no, no. Okay, I got it. He was talking about the item that I got you now. I got you now. Let's see. No James, no James, no James, no James. It's a very, very cool item, though. Sean said he was talking comics with a kid today. Gunn says he's got to go, got to get ready to work another 16-hour shift. Go make that money, homie. Don't work too hard. Ryan says PWCC. I have never bought a single thing. I don't even go look on their site. That's one thing I'm not. It's good to have multiple platforms to find deals, but I think it's watering down a lot of sales to be honest with you. I think it's just too many places to try to look now. Let's see. Jay Wilson says CSG are actually really nice. I don't use the service. I just buy my Rogers already graded. They do have nice slabs. I will agree with that. And the label's not as ugly as you would think in person. So yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Amari said, my SGC is coming back this weekend. I don't think I'll ever be able to do a blind reveal. Yeah. Did I address your comment from earlier? Mike, let's see. If it was right in the beginning, Oh, the Lamborghini? Yeah, I'm not a Lambo guy. I don't really care for Lamborghinis. So, unfortunately, I didn't. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a Hellcat or something. We'll see. uh, what's up, Taylor? Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I do like this new setup. I like being able to like pick out your comments and share them and talk about uh, or address your comments. He said, "What color is the Lamborghini?" I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go red. It's got to be red, just for the Nationals. I'll throw a big curly W on it. We'll go red. Nah, guys, for real, there ain't no Lamborghinis being bought. So what is up, DJ Lazy Jeff? He says, sorry, Bobbles, I'm late to the party. I just picked up a 61 United. Don't ever be sorry for being late. Just say hello and enjoy yourself when you come in. Congrats on the pickup. That would be a 4th year PSA 8 solid card. Hopefully you got it at a good price, because a 61 and an 8 is probably not, readily available. So nice pickup, man. So, but yeah, guys, there's been a lot of stuff going on. I just wanted to get on here. I haven't, I don't do the whole breaking news stuff that often. I don't know if y'all like it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and play innocent. I get on and listen to what people say, but I don't know if people necessarily like it. I don't want to be CNN. I don't want to be Fox rolling up with the news van and the microphone. Because another reason for that is sometimes people rush to get behind the camera and the mic so quick, they don't even know the story yet. Like, they're just literally getting on to make a 8, 10, 12-minute video, and they don't even know the story. It's like literally it hits Twitter or something and press record. And sometimes that's just not good. That's how things get twisted. So yeah, I don't really do that a lot. If it's something that I need to share with people, then I definitely will. If it's SGC news or something like that that I need to share with people, I will definitely get on and do that. As far as the other stuff, I kind of like to sit back. As a contrary to popular belief, I like to sit back, do some research on the topics, listen to the stories, try to find out some facts of it, maybe discuss it privately, and then look at things on the outside. Instead of rather running on here to jump into a video, I would much rather not do that. But yeah, so I'll real quick. So the Logan Paul thing, I'm going to tell you guys, I do not in any way, shape, or form feel that Logan Paul faked the case. Okay? I really do not feel that BBCE would have been involved to put their name out on the line with a setup scheme, whatever the case may be. What I do potentially think that possibly could have happened, and this is all hypothetical, just because of the way some things have played out. So, as we all know, anytime a record-breaking sale is made, it's news. Like, it's blazing news. If there's a record-breaking sale made, we all know about it. It's shared everywhere, right? Shine bought that case in April of 2021. He posted it on his Instagram in April of 2021. He posted, I believe it was 4 photos he posted the label, he posted the tape, everything in April of 2021. Nothing was said about that case in April of 2021. A record-breaking sale, and nothing was said about it. Now, he didn't attach a price to it. He didn't at that time say, I just paid $2.7 million. He just posted the case and said it was the only BBCE wrapped certified authenticated case. He said it was multi-million-dollar case, but he didn't attach a price tag to it. He also, as known as he is now specifically, I don't know that many people, just by the reactions and the videos and everything, especially in the sports card. If you're in sports cards and you don't know who Shine is, I don't know where you're hiding on, like which rock you're hiding under. That dude has some of the biggest cards in sports cards. Like literally. We drool over big cards. He is the one who sold the Luka logo man. Okay? That made headlines because there was a number attached to it. And that's why I think it didn't get headlines when he purchased it. But what would make this a story? What would make it a story is attaching a price tag to the case. And it would make it a bigger story by putting it in Logan Paul's hands. I don't know. I can't say for certain. But I would almost wonder if there wasn't some skepticism about the legitimacy of the case prior to Logan getting it, but then transacting it to Logan, not in a way to try to screw Logan over, but to put it in his hands to get the story out there. Okay? If there was no news on Shine when he bought the case, I doubt there would be much news since it was April and nobody ever said the case was fake. Okay? Nobody ever said it was fake. And it was bought in April. If he came out and said it was fake, what news would that be? It wouldn't have been plastered everywhere. It wouldn't have exposed anything. It would have just been like, oh shit, I got taken advantage of. You throw it in Logan's hands, you throw a $3.5 million price tag on it, you name the parties involved, then you got a news story. So I'm wondering if that's what happened. I don't think any of it was fake. I just think it needed to be a news story to get attention and eyes on it. As far as BBCE, I have read many comments regarding them, bashing them, criticizing them. My opinion on it, should they have done a Pokemon case if he was not aware of it or familiar with it? No, he shouldn't have. He put himself in a bad position doing something that he was not knowledgeable on. But people have taken up for HGA, made excuses for HGA. When they did fake cards, when they did fake autographs, the excuses were out there, but they're new. Well, BBCE was new in Pokemon. PSA has done trimmed cards. They've had the FBI investigations. They've had all of this nonsense. The taking a year to get people's cards back, all of this stuff, and they're still sitting on a throne. I have not seen any negativity about BBCE within the sports card community up until now. So I don't think that we write the man off. I don't think that he should get as much criticism as he's getting. I think if it's good for one, to give him a pass. If it's good to keep PSA on a throne, then why criticize the man that has, 20 years reputation in sports cards and no issues? I'm just saying. As far as Mealy, my understanding, he paid Shine back. I don't know all of the details on all of that stuff, so I'm not going to speculate any of that stuff because that's financial sides and I don't know all of the details of it. But that's just some of my thoughts on the whole thing. It blew my mind, and there's many. Sean, I spoke with him about it a lot. It blew my mind that it took until Logan got the case for anyone to say, oh, this case is fake. I knew about the case months ago. Like, I follow Shine on Instagram, obviously, Platinum knows Shine and everything. And so I go on there and look at the big shit he's buying and posting and sharing. And I seen the case. I watched the video from the Car Shop show back when it was done. There was like a 3 or 4 part series. I watched it. So when it came out, it was like, well, why now? Why did Logan have to get it for it to become out as a fake case? So that was a little odd to me. Why did nobody say anything until then? I think it was for the story, to get the story broke, to make it a news story, but that's just my opinion. Comments. Natsman said Logan was asked by that older guy he is friends with that has the only other case that is open case. He said he didn't know that, which surprised everyone. Yes, Logan is very good friends with Gary King Pokemon. And Logan said that he did not know Gary had a case. He was shocked. I watched that whole live interview. I will say Gary also said he felt that the case might be real. Gary is also friends with Rattle Pokemon. So there's lots of links connected there. But anyway. Taylor says, I hardly ever buy already slabbed cards, but he bought. Who did you buy? It has to be somebody that goes with Justin Bieber. Has to be. I enjoy hunting for a solid card at a good price, sending it to you guys, and to test my gauge of grading out. I'm getting better and makes the grade reveal better. That is what it's all about, Taylor. The learning process is one of the best parts about all of it. The community, the learning, all of that stuff. I was wondering, did Cobra Commander hit the Fleer cases too? I don't know, man. That's stuff out of my economical status. Connor said, I have to leave. It was great to stop by. One day Mrs. Bobbles and Mr. Bobbles will switch positions for the stream. Good night, all. You have a good night, Connor. I don't know if she'll get on camera or not, man. She likes, well, when we do the national, she's going to have to, because I got the little camera here. We're going to play. We're going to have to at least pretend that we're vlogging. So, yeah, we'll have to do that up at the national. How about that? Sean says older guy is Gary Wright. Meow. Insert SpongeBob reference. That's I get it. The snail Gary. Meow. I believe that Gary guy said something to Logan on a pre-opening video. The case did not look correct, but it could be explained, I think. Gary actually said in the live stream at first that he thought that it could be real because he was saying he owned 3 cases and all of the labels and stuff were different. Obviously, that was not the case. No pun intended. Because it turned out it was not real. I'm interested in card grading. Please send information. Not sure what you mean, Taylor. And card grading. Do you mean the JSA stuff? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. A fake case based on a fantasy little creature world. Gotta catch them all. Chili, Pokemon is that case. If it was real, was a couple $1 million, man. So people are gonna fake what they can to try to screw people over. So doesn't matter if it's Pokemon, baseball cards, whatever. You know, we collect cardboard pictures of adult males on them. So I can't make fun of anybody that's collecting. At least they can play a game with theirs. I mean, come on. That's what those cards are intended for, is playing a game. So can't make fun of that. Let's see. You have a Justin Bieber basketball auto. Oh, so you need an authentication done on a Bieber auto? I'm guessing that's what you mean there. So Justin Bieber would cost, let's see here, good old Biebs. So you cannot do basic certification for Bieber, but full letter would be, it's $50 on JSA site. I'd have to look. Again, I don't have the price sheet put up yet. So once I get the pricing put out of what I'm allowed to offer, I will do that for you guys. But anyway, I appreciate all of you getting on. This was actually fun, and I'm gonna have to do this more often. Y'all are gonna get tired of the mug, but let's see. Lazy Jeff says another good lesson is that if you see a raw card on eBay that people seem to be staying away from and it seems too good to be true, it's because it is. People fake anything. Yeah, but it also depends on what the card is. Sometimes I've came across cards that the price seemed very good and people just weren't buying it. They weren't fake. It just may have been something else. Sometimes I think the best lesson in that scenario is ask questions. Message the seller. Get a vibe off of them. You know, if they're not willing to ask questions or send you better pictures or something like that, stay away from it. If they're communicative, they're sending you good pictures, all of that, then, you know, you can do a better assessment of the card and make a better judgment. So Natsman said BBCE took a shortcut and paid the price and sucks, but he shouldn't be crucified. Like you said with PSA, PWCC, HGA, not him too. Yeah, I mean, I'm not placing, you know, I'm not making excuses for anybody, but I have never heard anything negative regarding BBCE and from the past. And I don't think one mistake should give you, you know, get you crucified. Yes, it should be made aware, but they also addressed it right up front and said, look, we're going to reevaluate our process. You know, we have many other entities in this hobby that have done many other things for a much longer period of time, and they're still operating, you know, as normal. So, and none of them are perfect. They've all made mistakes. So I don't think this should ruin his reputation. I just think it's something that he should definitely learn a lesson from and protect himself from for in the future. So JD's trying to be funny with a comment. You know what, bro? I will share it. Hi, my name is Bobbles and I sit to pee. That is in reference to JD. Oh, wait. JD over at JD Sports Cards, and I like to sit to pee. All right. Jeff says, I'm vintage buying. If you see a lot of 5 Mickey Mantle's rookies, not a good buy. I don't really buy grade. I buy by price. And I buy based off of price and just what I think looks good. I have numerous cards with holes and all that stuff in it. That doesn't bother me. Um, I don't really go for the top end or middle end of the spectrum. I just buy to own the cards, I guess you could say. So, but anyway, guys, it is about 10:30. I do appreciate this. I got to figure out like how this thing uploads and throw a thumbnail and all that mess on it because I don't know how to do any of that. I do appreciate y'all. I will be doing this more often since I paid to use this thing. JD, I tried to do a video using Card Hedger. Again, I argued with myself 5 different videos. Maybe I'll get it uploaded. It was about SGC PSA pricing, which I'm sure people might find interesting, especially coming from my mouth. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for the night. I do appreciate you all hopping on. I just wanted to get everything out in the air from someone that does group subs. We are not all bad guys. And I'm not even saying Ryan is a bad guy, or I don't know anything about the Marks guy. But just do your research, protect yourself, but we're not all bad. So anyway, guys, I do appreciate all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.